Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your host, Crypto Somniac, here to bring you everything crypto related where the rich never sleep. I want to make sure that my audio sounds alright. Let's make sure you guys are good. So let's hang tight. All right, the audio is good. All right, so first and foremost, I'm not an audio engineer, so if anyone is, I live in Los Angeles. I'd be happy to pay someone to come over here and help me fix some things up. I want to get an XLR mic and plug it into a board, but I'm no expert on any of that. So if any of you are willing to help out, feel free. Also, I'm looking for a video editor. There should be a lot here in Los Angeles. I'm looking to hire a video expert. So anyone that is interested, feel free to holler. Let me move this around. So let's get rid of this and bring this over here. And I'll move you guys to the right. So first and foremost, if there's anyone inside of my group over on Facebook, I usually give away free crypto here every day, either on Facebook or Twitter. So let's do that first. Random number generator. I usually pick between Facebook or Twitter. 1 for Facebook, 2 for Twitter, and we got 1 for Facebook. So anyone who shared my video last night on Neo will be winning some money here if I can find it. If I can't, I'll just worry about it later. Actually, I could probably just search the group for Sam, and I should be able to find my post. Or not. Oh, there we go. So we have 11 shares. So we're going to use another random number generator, 1 to 11, and we got 2. So let's see who number 2 was. Peter Moon's Lounge. Thank you. I guess that's someone in my Moon Lounge that created a Facebook just to participate in that. So if you guys are interested, well, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But let's talk about Neo. So you'll guys see that I made a video just last night, and let's go to my channel on Neo right here. Is Neo underpriced? And we went over some technical analysis, and I said, yeah, I think it was underpriced. And I said, hey, if you're looking to buy into Neo and you haven't bought in any, this is a great time because I do believe it's undervalued and underpriced. And we went over some of the chart analysis, and I'll pull up the chart here. We had this chart up here last night, and I showed you guys we had something that looked like this, and a nice breakout point. I told you that we were going to see some action here right around this price point, and we did. Now, unfortunately, it was due to a news article. You can't predict all the news. It takes one news article to fluctuate the prices of these coins one way or the other. So sometimes you can't always go off just the charts. Cryptocurrency, unlike the traditional stock markets, is way heavier related to the news. It just takes one article to really inflate or deflate the price, in this case, of something. And it's not something you can always predict. So looking at the charts, this looks like a great time to buy into Neo. You buy when people are selling off. The RSI indicates that it's really overbought. Looks like we're bottoming out here. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the ICO regulations and the news that came out. So for those of you who didn't know, China came out with a report here that says there may be suspension on possibly suspending ICOs from participating in their country. So or investors participating in ICOs in their country. So I want to show you guys this other article that I read on the China Money Market that said basically 6 Chinese blockchain industry associations have jointly came together to basically voluntarily issue this protocol and framework to basically regulate the development of one of the hottest areas in financial tech, that being ICOs. So this is a good thing in my opinion. This is going to weed out the shitty ICOs, and sorry that for lack of a better term, this is going to weed out those ICOs that aren't really strong, and it's going to only allow the strongest companies to basically stay in place. They're trying to regulate things just like the SEC here in America is doing, which they also go on to talk about a little bit. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, said today that ICOs will fall under the regulatory oversight of the American Securities Regulator. In an announcement as well. So this is just good for ICOs. ICOs are extremely risky. Extremely risky. I wouldn't advise investing any more than 10% of your portfolio maximum to ICOs. There is no they're like Kickstarters. They have the opportunity to take some of your money, and they don't have there's no contractual obligations in place for them to deliver on their roadmap or their deliverables that they said they would. So this, in my opinion, is great. Not just for ICOs, but for NEO. This is going to help weed out some of the bad and poor ICOs. And again, this does not mean that ICOs will not be able to be, or new companies will be able to be launched on NEO itself. All this means is that investors in China, if this regulation actually takes place, there's nothing here as of yet. So if you read this, currently China has no regulation overseeing ICOs. This is all speculative and just being talked about. So there's nothing in place right now. All this drop is just from speculation. So keep in mind that anything can still be built off NEO. This isn't going to stop NEO in the long term. This has nothing to do with what can be built on NEO. It's just weeding out the ICOs and making sure that people are making safe investments. That nothing is gray. This is just good. So you're going to see companies, they'll have the opportunities, citizens of China, to invest once these coins are out of ICO stage, just like we do in the US. So some of these tokens that don't make it, I'm telling you right now, let's look at CoinMarketCap. We have 1,000 projects here. I'm telling you, in 5 years, 90 to 95% of these aren't going to be here. I'm telling you that right now. So you have to be really safe with your money, and 99% of the ICOs that are launching right now, I'm telling you, 99 out of 100 of them probably are going to fail as well. So this is a good thing in my opinion, and it's a great time to pick up more NEO if you haven't already. If you missed my video yesterday, great. This is a perfect time, in my opinion, to buy NEO. We've already recovered. We hit 29 bucks, I think, earlier today. We're back at 34, at least on CoinMarketCap, and like I said, this is just good. We also have news that the Red Pulse is disallowing people from participating in their ICO if you're a Chinese citizen. Additionally, this doesn't stop or prevent people from outside of China. So there will be investments still made in these ICOs. And like I said, this is good news. You guys remember, it wasn't too long ago that China actually banned or shut down the three largest exchanges for Bitcoin in China. And they shut it down for a month due to some things regarding, corruption. And it was a month later that they were all back up and running. They didn't want to miss out. They saw all the opportunities here in cryptocurrency, and they're just protecting you guys. This is a fantastic time for NEO to buy in. So, like I said, this chart here said otherwise last night, and like I said, it takes one news article, so I don't know how you could fault anyone. No one could have predicted this unless you knew that these were being talked about and you knew someone. So, like I said, it just takes one piece of news. I like to trade off of a couple of different things. When the chart says something, go off of more than just one indicator. Go off some of the news. Read the strength of the project. I think NEO is a fantastic project. They have great advisors on the team. Da Hongfei is extremely reputable, and this is a hold for the long term. I see no doubt as to why this wouldn't be $100 towards the end of the year or early next year. So nothing to worry about in my opinion. So I hope that you guys, didn't panic sell, because if you did, if you sold down here, I feel that's unfortunate, because this is a great time to buy. The public, the general public, they buy up here and they sell down here. Large institutions, they make money off of this. This is this is where they make money. So. Also, if you're not a part of the Moon Lounge, I made a call last night to you guys early. I know we don't start till September 1st. One of these coins right here is up 10-11% on the day almost, and I made this call last night in my Moon Lounge. So what that is an opportunity for me to tell you what I'm investing in as I do it live. I tell you how I set up my portfolio today, where I'm going forward. And, my call was spot on last night. If anyone is in the Moon Lounge and here today on this channel, you guys can validate and vouch for that. I told you guys something to go purchase last night, and it's up 10% right now. So if you're interested, there's a link to that. We have a couple days left to sign up, September 1st, and a couple of seats left open. That starts, again, September 1st. It's $100 per month, and you'll get all the information that I just spoke about. If you're new to cryptocurrency, the best place to start is probably the internet. There's so much free information on the internet. If you're just coming in and seeing this drop in NEO and you panic sold, you might be new to NEO or new to crypto. This is nothing unheard about. This happens every day. Tomorrow they'll say, the ICO restrictions have been lifted. All of a sudden NEO's up 20% again. This happens every day. It's nothing new. If you're new to crypto, don't worry. Hold on to your seats. NEO is a fantastic project long term. We're not down here talking about some of the coins down in the 40s or 50s. This has a lot of backing behind it. It's not going anywhere. So if you're new, read up on the internet. There's a lot of information. I offer a course on Udemy. You can get the link in that description below or in my YouTube banner profile. There is, I go over everything you need to know in crypto. It's $10. You'll get everything that you need to know. I also have one-on-one appointments if you want to learn how to read charts, set up some wallets, portfolio management. I have a lot of clients that just talk to me once a week or once a month, and we talk about their portfolio and how to set it up going forward. I'm going to take a look at some of your guys' questions now. So you're buying more now that it has dipped, of course. NEO has license from Chinese government. Tomorrow you will see everything cooling down. Yeah, this is typical. This happens all the time here. Like I said, nothing to worry about. I had a buy-in order at NEO. Damn it, I didn't get in. The pain. What happened to NEO? So any other questions? I think we told you what I thought about NEO. I think it's a great time to get in. Tomorrow is the launch for the MCO app. But 10x looking like a winner. MCO has no chance in China. I bought more in Monaco, about 25% more. Monaco's up real high. I'd be careful right now. It seems like when one goes up, some of the others follow. Might be 10x's turn. Might be Token Card's turn. Monaco, where's Monaco? We're down here. Monaco had a great rise or increase in price the past couple of days. So looks like it's pulling back. Could be a good time to get in the next few days. I'd keep an eye on it. QTOM is great. I think you guys are talking about the mainnet launch. It's been pumped recently, and mainnet is launching on the 13th. QTOM is great. I purchased more of that just a couple of days ago. Let's take a look at some of the charts here. We are talking about Civic. Let me bring up Civic. A lot of you guys have been mentioning Civic, and I haven't been able to put together a video. So let's take a look at the charts on Civic. This is looking really good. Let's RSI is kind of low. That's pretty good. We can see we're getting pretty close to a decision point here. So looks like these kind of run pretty consistently there with that. If we pull this out a little bit, something's going to happen with Civic right here. Something's going to happen. We've been pretty consistent inside of this triangle, this wedge here. A good price to get in if you're not in already. We've crossed this really important 618 level. This is the sweet spot that I like to get into a lot of coins, right in here. So right there would have been a great time to get in, I think. Where's my paintbrush? Right in here. Right in there would have been a great spot. But it looks like we've been holding these support lines pretty well here. We have a lot of support right in this region here. And right now looks like a good time if you want to get be conservative. If it drops below into the 618 level, I think that'd be a great time to purchase more if it does. But we've been consolidating. I think it's pretty healthy for Civic. We've been descending for the past couple of days. The volume actually looks like it's picked up a little bit right here. Been tapering off for a while now. The RSI is kind of low. Slow on the volume, but it does look like it's picked up a little bit over the past couple of days, which is a good sign. Talk about DNT, please. Let's talk about DNT. Let's take a look at the chart. I know DNT is a relatively new project. Why isn't this loading? This is being slow for some reason. Let's try Ethereum. Why isn't this loading? Oh, because I'm on Bittrex. We can't use Bittrex. Let's use Liqui. There we go. So we had this big run up. Let's do a Fibonacci retracement on this. Let's go from here to here. We're actually in that sweet region here. We're in that sweet region here. We're in that sweet region, that 618 level. Let's draw a box here for you guys. Right in here. Right in here is usually the sweet spot to buy after you see a large, steep increase in price. So we've been pulling back. We have some, a lot of support levels here, here, here. The RSI is looking pretty low. It's still on the drop, so I keep a look at it, but it looks like it's getting towards a pretty good spot to buy. It's a lot earlier of a project. Keep that in mind. This is something that I'd be holding on to the long term. If you're interested in DNT, I'm a big fan of it long term. I pick some up. I like a lot of what the project does. Is Lisk rebranding? Yeah, it is in September. What is a good price to buy Neo right now? Can you look at Lisk? Sure, let's look at Lisk. LSK. Lisk seems to be pulling back a little bit. I wouldn't get in now. The volume is tapering off. Looks like we haven't bottomed out yet. Let's do another Fibonacci retracement on this. There is some news about Lisk rebranding, and I think it's a great project long term. We talked about Lisk over here. If hopefully you got in over here. But yeah, I wouldn't buy in just yet. If you're looking to buy into Lisk, I'd look for. We're bouncing around right in here right now. I would wait until. I'd wait. I think we have a chance to pull back into this region here. What's the price right now? I think it's around $6, $6.04. I think we could fall below $5. I'd keep my eyes on it. I don't think it's the best time to purchase into Lisk. Again, you missed the boat if you weren't in Lisk down here. You kind of missed it. You don't want to get caught chasing this stuff. There's a lot of other coins out there that have some good things coming out in projects. So, don't chase the hype. Buy when people are in fear. Neo is super cheap right now, or at least it was this morning. We hit like 29 bucks. So what else? What about BNB? If you had 400 for holding Neo or DNT, I mean Neo's safer, DNT's more risky. Up to you. And since $4, no matter what weak hands are saying, yeah, OMG gonna break out to new highs soon. Glad to have got into Neo at 4 to 5. Could you please check out OMG and pay if you haven't already? OMG was looking like a great breakout. Last night I called this in my Moon Lounge. I called it right around here or something, and we're up 10% on it, and you could see it. It's testing. It's about to break out. Keep an eye on it. What else? We saw... What else I see? OMG and Pay. Let's take a look at Pay. We're consolidating right now. The volume picked up a lot just the other day. I would have looked to get in somewhere in this region would be nice. If you want to be conservative, I would set a Q price for Pay around here. Let me write that down for you guys. Something in like the Q at 0.000814 region. That's where I would look. Let me move that over there. That's where I'd look if you want to get into Pay, and if you're not already. RSI is kind of in the middle. There's good volume to it, which is nice. You've seen that in the past couple of days. A lot of the credit card companies are doing well. Neo is overhyped. Do you think Red Pulse price will jump when it hits the exchange? I don't know. I think I read something about that. You won't receive your Red Pulse tokens till the end of the year, or beginning of next year. I don't know if that's true or not. I heard that. I am ashamed to admit now that my boss had tricked me into... Okay. What is RSI? That's a relative strength index, a relative strength indicator. It's really an indicator of how overbought or oversold something is. So like you can see here, the relative strength indicator was pretty high, meaning that this was overbought, and we see a steep decrease in price. And then you can see instances perhaps when it's oversold, price goes up. Now I don't like to look at just one indicator. It's nice to map a couple of these on top of each other, make a call when you can look at the MACD, you can take a look at the volume, you can look at Fibonacci retracements, you can look at the previous history, stack some of them up on top of each other. Don't just look at one call. Sometimes you can stack news on top of this, and sometimes news overrides all of this, like we saw with Neo's case. It takes one news article to make some of this happen. This is natural. This is just buy and sell, supply and demand. This is a news article right here. This big jump, this is I think it was further back. This big jump, this is the headquarters, the meeting in China, the conference that they had. This is the rebrand. So you have to stack some of these on top of each other. You have to stack, like you could have seen, like look at this pullback here, and good opportunity to buy. And you could tell it's starting to break out or wants to do something here, and then we had the news that there's a big conference in China at the time. So you have to stack some of this information together. Don't just go off of one piece of information. If you try to read the charts and just use one of these pieces, you're gonna get burned a whole hell of a lot. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, feel free, join the Facebook group. Again, Peter, Moon Lounge, I got to get that over to you. Share this on Facebook or Twitter to be eligible for a chance to win some free crypto. And if you're not a member of this group, we have 3,000 members, almost strong. Thank you guys very much for the support. I do a lot of live videos here on Facebook. In fact, I might do one later tonight for you guys. I just take your questions, I field them, and answer them as efficiently as I can. So head over. If you're not a member of the Moon Lounge, there's a couple of days left for that. You can go to patreon.com/cryptosomniac to sign up. We have a few spots left, and let's see what else. That's going to pretty much wrap it up. You can get the links to all this information in the banner of my YouTube profile, and in the links below, I have a Udemy course, real cheap, $10. You'll learn everything you need to know. I have one-on-one appointments, which I'm very glad and helpful to help anyone out with portfolio management, setting up wallets, anything of that sort. And then, like I said, the Moon Lounge is starting in just a couple of days. So if you still have an interest in getting in, now is the time to do that. And if you want to pay via cryptocurrency, you can do that by emailing me at cryptosomniac@gmail.com. So that's going to do it here for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and everyone have a great day. And remember, stay a cryptosomniac, because the rich never